I'm Meredith.
And I'm Sione.
And we are licensed foster parents.
So now that you've been licensed for about a year, what has been the biggest surprise or the thing that's been caught you the most off guard between what you thought being a foster parent was going to be like and what it's really like?
For me, it's the how picky they are and what they want to eat. And a lot of snack all the time, and yeah, that's about it.
I think for me, there's been a lot of people coming in and out of the house, and we had been warned of this, but there are more people, it feels like, than it seemed like we had been warned about. They're, my kids, so they're a foster to adopt placement, so they have their social worker, but then they also have someone who is their recruiter. She comes to visit monthly. Social worker, our social worker comes monthly, so that's at least 3 monthly. And monthly doesn't sound like a lot till there are 3 of them all coming all the time. So there's kind of a regular rotation of people coming through the house, which is fine. A lot more people seeing the mess that is our house, though. Can't stay on top of it as well. For me, I felt like I connected with the kids really quickly. And I was a little bit worried about needing me time more, and I do still need my me time, but it hasn't been as hard as I thought it would be to have more noise in the house. And that's me. I think he's been the opposite of the more noise has been harder. But for me, it was a lot more natural to have this many kids in the house than I expected it to be. Our other daughter, we just met the one this particular weekend, so we met his older sister later. They were up in the playground together, and so our daughter waved like, "Hi, Mommy," and then he copied and said, "Hi, Mommy," and I was like, "Oh." So I think that was the first time, and he said "Daddy" right after that too. Yeah.
What parts of fostering have turned out to be harder than you expected?
I think not having all of the story has been a challenge. So, we know what our kids are telling us and a little bit from what their social workers are telling us, and that's it. There's so much in their past and in their stories and in their life that we don't know and don't understand and won't likely ever really will. So sometimes when we're trying to address a specific behavior or learning gaps at school or those kinds of things, we don't know why they exist. We're just doing our best to address each situation now. So.
For me, it's the unknown of what kind of what they're gonna do in terms of day by day. But overall, it's just the nervous of the unknown.
Yeah.
Sione, is there anything you wish you had been better prepared for or had understood better before your placement?
Probably more patient for myself, because I honestly kind of lose it sometimes too fast. But now that sometimes I just sit there and thinking, oh, those poor kids, they just come from a situation that I don't really know a lot about. But yeah, probably more understanding.
I think our biggest challenge working with DSS has been that their social worker has changed so many times. So they do not have a consistent person who has managed their case from the beginning. And so the social workers just don't have answers. So no one has answers. And they're supposed to be the ones we can go to with things. And they don't, honestly, bluntly, they don't respond. We have to include the supervisors on emails to get responses. And often those responses are not super helpful. And because our kids are doing well in our home and are comfortable and thriving, and this is intended to be a permanent placement, we get very little attention because we don't need a lot, but we need a little, and they don't even give us that, so. And both information about the kids and information about this process. We have no idea where we are in the process, how
Yeah.
long this is gonna take, what our next step is. I have no idea. We could adopt them in a year or 5.
Is that frustrating that it's like you've
Yeah.
been put into this parent role and
Yeah.
you're expected to act like a parent all day, every day, but then there's like,
Yeah, it's a limit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think of these kids as my kids, but they're not legally my kids yet. And so I don't have the legal right to make some decisions, or I don't have permission to do certain things. I think patience really is the thing. It's not just with the kids, it's with the system.
what support has been really essential for you as foster parents?
I think our placement specialist has been the most important person for me. I call him with behavioral questions, with I need a signature questions, with this med is changing question. You yell at me all the time for getting my med papers wrong, so how do I handle this question? And he's very accessible and reachable and answers all sorts of things for me. I mean, that's just, the support from CHS has been, honestly, and this is not just because y'all are filming me, like truly been helpful. Navigating the hoops that still exist for these kids. There's still a lot that we have to do. So. Watching the way he handles our youngest, our son, because we didn't have a son before, has been really interesting to see how he both balances the caring, loving side that our son desperately seeks and needs with the boundaries that he might not be seeking, but he needs. But I think we've all been very much more aware of what each other needs. Kids and adults, kids look out for me too. When our younger one sometimes has some behavioral moments, particularly evenings, and the older girls will come, like when I finally get him just kind of calmed and out of the way, the girls will come and be like, "Are you okay?" "Thanks, girls, I'm fine." So. I think I'd love for people to understand it's not only about us doing this good thing. We get a lot of that, like, "Oh, you guys are so great. This is such a great thing you're doing." And my answer tends to be like, "Well, we got some great kids." And I,
Sorry.
There's a fly. Sorry, real life. And so just having folks know that we are gaining as much, if not more, than these kids are gaining from having them in our lives. All of us, our other, biological daughter included. So it's not just about we're doing this good thing, which we are. It is a good thing, but it's so much more than that for everybody.